clean my glasses real quick. Can't see a thing, it's real thick with dirt and fingerprints. Can't stop touching my glasses and eating mints. That rhymes. Waiting for people to flood in a good time. I can't see my screen because it's too far. My glasses aren't on. And I'm not a star? No, that's not a good rhyme. That's not a good rhyme. That fell apart. Oh, my glasses. Gotta clean my glasses. How come they're getting worse? All right. Okay. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now it's primo. 4 ducks saying hello. Let's start the stream. Eat some jello. Why does this always happen? Everything was working. Everything was working. Let me click over here. I don't understand. Every once in a while, Jeffrey, Signal Bull, and Kenzie Queen. Hot Water Toda. Herman Janina. Alright, screen moved too fast there. I seriously, I don't know what's going on. Okay, now. What did I do? Alright, hello! Hey, how's it going? We're back again for another Friday. I was going to do Thursday, and I had work to do, so it didn't happen. Hey, Zodapow and everyone else, if you love something, advertise it in your own stream. Here, we're doing some drawing. Hey, Stinky! Guess who's back? Stinky's back, having fun. Okay, I'm gonna close this and see if this works again. Something happened. Hello, now it's my turn to talk, Sarah. I forgot what my voice sounded like for a second because I didn't expect the button to work. First try again. Yep, neither did I, Kev. Neither did I. Princess Alex and Maria, Bashy Official, and Primo, and Super Triggers. Hey everybody, my name is Curtis. This of course is Kevin, who's not paying attention to me. Thank you, Kevin, for joining in. Can I tell you how to remove background sound? You see what's in front of me right now, Super Triggers? This is some blank canvas for doing some drawing. So I'm going to be doing some drawing, and I'm going to be streaming while I do it. And here's what makes us relatable, Super Triggers. You and me and you, we're basically the same, dog. We're basically the same. You want to know how to remove background sounds? I don't know what that means, because I also would have to ask somebody how to remove background sounds. So throughout the stream, I'll try to remember. If you do have questions, concerns, queries about how to make your Streamlabs work, if you're having issues, concerns, or otherwise, the command is... Sarah, are you there, Sarah? Is support, !support, I believe is the support command. There's a whole team of people there that know all the things and how all this stuff works. I draw pictures, and I talk to imaginary characters. That's my thing that I do. So I'm a wealth of information about nonsense and silliness. One Vision Festival guy. There's only one festival for I. And I've got one vision, and it's of that festival. Calavandres. Calavandrias? But anyway, how does this work? How does this work, Kevin? I don't know. Why didn't we start? It seems simpler than you're making it out to be. Keep remembering how your voice works. Diaphragm. That's right. Gotta push that diaphragm. Kellen, brother. Hey, guys. Hey, gang. Hello, everybody. There is a Google Doc. If you !giveaway, command giveaway in the chat on Twitter here. It'll bring you a form to fill out. Put in all the pertinent information. When it says what emotes do you want, it means what emote do you want? Pick an emote. Pick an emotion. Pick a thing. Pick something when you request it. And I'm not doing a series. I'm not filling out your whole stream. I'm just doing a handful of drawings, if not just one. Last week, when we ended the stream, we were here with that Nevada guy, and I was like, I hate this. I mean, I was a little bit like, this needs some more work, but I hate this. And I wanted to change a bunch of things. I didn't change that many things, but I made some adjustments, and then made some more adjustments till I was happy. I wanted it hotter. I wanted more rage color-wise, and to adjust a few of the, shapes and lines and whatnot. I'm talking fast and getting out of control because I haven't started doing anything yet. No scope soup. Or no scopes. Oop. Yes. I work in the creative department at Streamlabs. So usually if you see an animation or a little cartoon of Kevin doing stuff, I did that. Some marketing things. Corbin and Omar and Albert, they handle the major things. And then all of the alerts and stuff, animations that are in the library. There's a whole bunch of other people that do that all week long. If you're following Streamlabs on social media, there's an artist shout out to the different artists, because I honestly, genuinely, personally, I've worked here for about 10 years now. I genuinely can't remember how long it's been. Somewhere between 8 and 10 years. I'd like to say 8 because it makes me feel slightly younger. But yeah, every day or so, Eric in the social media is pointing out, hey, who these artists are, what their deal is, and how awesome they are. And I thought a lot of these were like, oh, this is a company. This is a company name, and there's like 50 people doing this. And it's just like, nope. It's like some guy or some girl, some person that's just like, my name sounds like a company. Oh, man. Anyway, !giveaway and add stuff to the list. And I'm going to say no offense to any of your requests. It has nothing to do with you. Maybe if you happen to be annoying in the chat, then I'll do it. I won't do it out of spite. I am still somewhat spiteful. I'm alive. I think spitefulness, that's my job. That's my thing. So, if you do need to say something mean, just tag me in. Just tag me in, guy. I'm right here. I'm just on the floor, sipping out of my gin and juice, laid back with my mind on my coffee and my coffee on my mind. I don't drink coffee. Can't relate. So anyway, I genuinely try to pick something that I think that I can A, do in the afternoon, and B, that I can do in half the afternoon, so I can maybe at least do or start a second or third thing. So let me double click. All right, I like this one already. This is something I feel like it's fun, it's simple, and I think it's something we can all enjoy. Enjoyed? All enjoyed. Hey, Dama. Tragida. Tragida. Bruno the boss is back again. Here to stream with all their friends. Supreme triggers. I'm realizing it doesn't say super triggers, and I've been saying that wrong. Chomper. Gonna chomp. Gonna draw something Anyway, so I didn't say I. That's the other thing I do. As soon as I see some words, then we got to play word association song time, and that's what most of the stream is. And if I can try my hardest, I draw. So this one says, coming to us from Primo, 0 at the end, so it's Preem 0. An emote, a crocodile wearing a cowboy hat that is saying howdy. So let's do that. Because I feel like I can do that pretty quick, but maybe I'm lying. Maybe I'm a filthy liar who's wrong. Ooh, I gotta say, Supreme Tigers is a pretty great name. I'm really enjoying that. Okay, let's see if I can figure out how to get the microphone here. Somewhere I can see what I'm doing and not cause too much trouble, but still keep it close so I can do close-up voice. What did that remind me? Something in my brain. Oh, Supreme, the superhero from Image. That was Image's Superman 1,000 years ago. I remember liking him at first, and I don't remember. Ooh, 11963. 54 has a question for thee. You're gonna wanna drift into the support channel. I don't have a rhyme for that. But yeah, exclamation point support for your support needs, and/or head over to streamlabs.com and find the support channel. Like I said, there's all kinds of people there that know how to make the stuff work, and there's a bunch of just straight up YouTube videos. I guess my chair doesn't go down any further. And yeah, there's all kinds of YouTube videos showing how to set all that stuff up. If you are new and looking for the best ways and means, and there's either already an auto optimizer to help you optimize your stuff, or there's one coming. I just know that I did some animation for it this morning or yesterday. Ooh, yesterday and today merging together. Melanie MCS, all the imaginary friends waving. Yes. I realized I didn't say the word friends properly. What's your question, Kyria Supreme? Pull that trigger and tell me what you mean. Perhaps the music stopped. Can explain it with a meme. Although my meme game is not very good because I don't pay attention and I'm old. How did you guys come up with Streamlabs? Oh, I didn't do that. That was before my time. Before my time. But like most things, it started as one thing and then grew into another thing, and then that thing grew into what is now Streamlabs. And then the people who created it, like they're not even here anymore. They left a while ago. So now all the chickens are ruling the roost. We're just N-Track's not here, but we're just running around like a bunch of N-Tracks. Chickens with clipboards, trying to make everything better, the best that we can. I mean, I say we. I'm trying to, make everyone happy with stuff, and they make all the good stuff that does things. And not to choose sides or start any wars, but yeah, even if you do use OBS, but you still want to use a lot of the functionality and plugins and everything that Streamlabs makes, OBS and Streamlabs, teamed up. And there's a whole other tier. There's like a whole team that's just focused on making the stuff work in OBS and vice versa. I think maybe not as vice versa, but you know. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying things. Hey, I hear you kind of slightly drifting into my voice. What have I said? What have we said about, drifting into other people's voices with your own faith? Don't do that. That's stolen valor. That's stolen valor. You're not a cat. I'm the cat. This is the cat voice. What have I said about letting that cat in the room, Sarah? I've said it again, and I'll say it so many times. This song is as old as the song of rhyme. I am the beauty, and you are the beast. Get rid of that cat, and then we will feast. What are you talking about? What are you even talking about? It's just rhymes for the sake of rhymes, Sarah. It's not my name. That's not my name. My name is Curtis. I'm Mr. Cartoons on social media. If you want to see the things that I do outside of work, it's YouTube or Instagram is where I post things. And if you want to read my political raging rants, I keep those on Threads. Dreambert. Hey, Bert. Hey, Dreambert. Badass rock and Dreambert are here. There's no Ernie, cuz. About to get real morbid there. My dad's name was Ernie, and he's not alive, and I was about to just say, cuz he's dead, and I still said it anyway. I'm a monster. Well, whatever you said just got replaced by Streamlabs advertising for themselves in the chat. Ha ha! Yo, this is the most coolest stream I saw today. Maybe even the week, and I promise I'm not just saying that. This is actually creative. I don't know why I meant to force some rhymes in there, and then I didn't. Anyway, alligator. In a cowboy hat. Imagine that. Cowboy hat. Yeah, it's getting a little too Disney-fied. Now there is a chance, of course, that whilst I'm drawing this alligator, I might be drawing a crocodile. I can't remember. I was one of those kids. Don't judge me, Kevin. I see you judging out of the corner of my eye. The judgments are mine to make, Sarah. That's why I'm here. I'm the Alpha and the Omega. I'm a square with eyes. There's not much else I can do, Sarah. But I was one of those kids that, I liked dinosaurs and prided myself on knowing the difference between an alligator and a crocodile, which it isn't that crazy. But I think, maybe I get it wrong. I believe alligator is like kind of the longer, thinner snout. It's like the alligators are the thinner ones, and crocodiles are like the big, wide, snout. But I can't remember. I did see on Threads today somebody posted, "Hey, my 3-year-old or my 6-year-old, picked up this little dinosaur toy and knew what it was called." And I had to go look it up to make sure and see if he was right. And I'm so proud of my smart little guy that knew what this dinosaur was. And I, as a super old man, was just like, I know what that and I didn't. I kept myself from being like, I know what it is. But I don't know how to spell Parasaurolophus. And I also can't pronounce it unless I'm looking at it. And even then, I have a hard time. But it is still one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites. All of them are favorites. Of course. All of them are favorites. I'm looking into the microphone instead of the camera when I talk. And then caimans have an even thinner snoot. That's the only one I've ever actually seen in real life. Which felt, almost safe. It was in a zoo that was like, this zoo is definitely not legal, but we're not in a country where, you know, that's a thing that's, you know, looked at. So it's like, I want to get out of here. I don't want to be supporting this. And I'm scared. But then it was just like, here's like a little rock fence that, I don't know, most animals, I've seen alligators and crocodiles move. They move. They can get some height and some distance if they need to. I already forget what the emotion said there. Just saying howdy. All right. Milko Cartaccia. 20 viewers coming at ya. You have 20 viewers, or I have 20 viewers? Because across the spectrum of multi-streaming, according to the view number at the top of my screen, it's 149, which honestly is just as terrifying as 20. Both of those numbers are a lot of people. Anything more than 2 people looking at me is like, whoa, guys, why is everybody looking at me? Like I was talking about last stream last week, when I was trying to pick out some plumbing supplies to help my friend fix her toilet. Should have did this with a different color so I could see what I'm doing. And then like am I on paint behind? I'm on paint behind like a crazy person. That's the second time you've said by DJ Sam. And coming up, 1:15, we've got DJ Sam spinning all the hits of yesteryear and tomorrow. Prolific, futuristic, and can't think of any other words. Too busy thinking cowboy hats. Swishcraft's back again. Champ Industries making golden friends. Oh yeah, that's all good. I'm not one of these people that's like, why is everyone lurking over here? I'm trying to make a show and everyone's lurking. Why don't you put the lotion on your skin or else you don't do any lurking again? When I'm just like, yeah, no, that's cool. I don't need people to talk to me in order for me to keep filling the air with words. I can't stop, won't stop. And and sometimes I say and then I just trail off into drawing. I don't have a PC, but I have a PC tablet. Does Streamlabs work on that? It's not quite made the best at it. It's not necessarily a question for me. Velgorain. Vlagorian. But I want to say, like, if it's got a camera and it attaches to the internet and you can download apps, then most likely the mobile will work. You know, there's mobile Streamlabs, but I'm not sure. That's a question for either trial and error. Just give it a try. Can't hurt. No reason not to or why. Or hit up the Streamlabs support team. exclamation point support in the chat, or drift through streamlabs.com until you find the support channel or whatever thing it is to make a ticket. Virgo in the rain. Virgo in the rain. No need to explain. It can't hurt to ride this train. Gonna do a stream, no one to blame. Champion Industries says it will work, and they're champions and not a jerk. And Ramchandra Krishnan? I think I'm making that more French than it needs to be. But I don't make the bots, but all the Streamlabs scientists, I say it like they're all here. They're not here. This is my apartment. But they're all magical wizards who know how to make all the things. And of course, actually, there's also Corbin, who's part of the creative team, who's supposed to be making videos and editing things and doing graphic design. But every so often, he's like, hey, check it out. I just built a whole thing and learned programming, and also it's 3D and stuff. Because he's just the most magical Streamlabs wizard there ever has been. Oh, no. Hitting W's on that keyboard. Swiping wins like you're swinging a winning sword. I try. This guy need teeth. I mean, he needs teeth, of course. Too crazy. Anyway. Let's go bigger mouth. Bigger mouth! Ah! Yeah, that's good. Nuts. Just little arms. Just little arms. Oops. All right, so far. Too much detail for an emote. But so far, I think that's significantly quicker of a rough sketch. Oh, it's already been a half hour. Never mind. I am crazy. Actually, let's bring this down. Make some room. So I'm gonna make some room for the howdy. Spice Girl, too high. Spice Girl, 420. You got a face that's smiling green, and some thumbs up, but I can't be seen. Some emotes just come up as text, and others I can see. But it's always the best. Wait, it said howdy, right? crocodile saying howdy. Everybody's gonna be proud of me and do our best to try. That's the test. HOW. Howdy. Am I spelling that right? I'm a terrible speller. That's not even the right one. HOWDY. There we go. I'm sorry, you had to double check the spelling of howdy? Is that what I'm seeing right now? Don't make me call Jeff. I'll tell Jeff to, whatever the opposite of a bonus is. A demerit in payment, Sarah. I'll tell Jeff you keep calling me Sarah. You know you like it, Sarah. You like it so much.
Yes, I heard he loves it. Yeah, let's all do it all the time.
All right. Imaginary characters, calm down. I'm trying to draw. Hi, Fortbot. Oh, supreme triggers. I try. But also, just as a random motivational nonsense, just making art makes you an artist. The end. That's all it takes. Whatever art that is, and no matter how much of it you do, you're still almost never going to be like, I'm an artist. That's my thing. Even when somebody's like, hey, what do you do? I'm just like, I do animation, I do graphic design, I don't know. It's like, oh, you're an artist? Like, I guess. Am I? I don't know. It's, for 30-some years, 20-some, 30 years. Like, yeah, that's how I've paid my bills. Not very, very capable of doing other things. I forgot the cube's name. Kevin, don't get mad. Don't get mad, Kevin. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Yo, thunder and lightning and everything in between I will rain down on, well, not you, Supreme, but who said that? Jennifer Smith. Oh, that's a fake name if ever I heard one. This is some sort of scam on Kevin. I'm Kevin. You're kind of starting to turn into Skeletor for a minute there, Kev. K to the E and to the VIN. He's streaming all day through his VPN. We're drawing stuff here, and we'll have no fear. Gonna make this a symbol, movie clip, and then we'll make it disappear, but not fully. Just to alpha a little bit. And I did that thing where it makes a big blob, but that's fine. That's rough sketch. It's not the finished job. Alright, I'm kind of tempted to just actually draw this one. What if I could have used words in the last 5 seconds instead of just noises? Words, baby, words. Yeah, instead of making a coloring book like I normally do, what if I actually draw? What if I actually do some drawing? What style do I want this to be, though? I do enjoy me a little bit of squareness. Think some more. Usually when I do it, I open the door and go for a little walk around the house, grab some snacks from the fridge. One time I saw a mouse. That became a whole nother adventure, trying to get a mouse without hurting him. Nine. I forgot how big this was. Let's try 12. How do I pronounce this? I feel like we've gone through this before. Zinique? Zinique? Nikus? Nope, that's as best as I can do. It's all good. Because we got some rice rhymes, we got some bice rhymes, we got some nice rhymes, we got some vice rhymes. We got rhymes you can have in that house. I'm just back to where I was before with mouse. I'm just going to say mouse again. They're all just a bunch of one syllable weak rhymes. Be not impressed. Be not impressed. I'm just filling the air with careless abandon and not a care. Nope. A Sarah. Kevin, it's an actual Sarah. Timothy Sarah. D2D. Tell me how to add a bot to the Streamlabs. I honestly have no idea. But exclamation point support, or if you just go to the Streamlabs website, there's definitely a video there somewhere, or the Streamlabs YouTube, that is all about adding bots and whatnot. Yeah, Eric sets this up for me, with all the triggers and bots and commands and whatnot. And since Streamlabs Desktop is so easy and quick to use, I just hit the go live button. You know, I make my overlays, but if I had to guess, I would say it's somewhere in your dashboard settings. I'm gonna guess somewhere in your dashboard settings it has bot or something. I mean, yeah, I've been in the dashboard 1,000 times. I have. An emote today. Josh, JP Pepper, Super Snipe, You're not the Strange Adventure Super Snipe, are you? Superstar just passing by, showing love and pulling it out and feeling warm like an oven. Don't know where I was going with that. Tried to say Scarlet and Solace at the same time, and then my mouth broke, and then my mouth broke into pieces. Hey Scarlet, day's going pretty good so far. Making alligators saying howdy. Trying to think of songs like Mike Dowdy. That's not how he pronounces his name, but I did it for years, and there's no need to explain. Sometimes I say something wrong, and it sticks with me for so long. Kevin is everywhere. He cannot be contained by merely one stream. Yeah, let's go with that. Somebody is begging for a ban. Wanna be a big, big man. Say the same thing again and again, but that's not how you're gonna win friends or fans. But that's fine. You're having fun. You're probably 11 years old or something like that. And I don't care. Have your fun. Fill your digital air. I will not despair. Brown. Hey, Lepster. It's been a while. It's been quite some time since the last time I streamed. Eric's been busy with 1,000 other things. I don't think he's been streaming much or at all in the last little while. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my very best. Like no one's done before. Oh, I can't remember the Pokemon theme, but to catch them is my goal, Pokemon. But yeah, I'm gonna try my best to be here at least every Friday, and or some other day throughout the week. If I don't have, if I'm not super overwhelmed with things, I'll take another afternoon in the middle of the week and do this again. I don't want to say it's always Friday. But it's probably going to always be Friday. I really tried, or I'm like, if I could just do it in the middle of the week and break up the week, and then I'll have the rest of the week to finish my work. And then it'll be great. But then it's just like, hey, do some of this work. And then, I got some other work to do. I mean, it's Kevin's. It's like, we already did a handful of Kevin's. Like, yay, that's my favorite thing. Anytime anybody asks for something that's not a Kevin, I'm just like, should I quit? Should I quit this job? And I think that's the right attitude to have, Sarah. I'm the Kevin. I should be, the star of your dreams and your daytime, eye looking and working and stuff. If, Poochie rules apply. If Kevin's not around, everyone should be saying, where's Kevin? And especially you, Sarah. Especially you. You're always on my mind, Kev. You are always on my mind. I like doing a lot of the other stuff. I do. Don't look at me like that. I like doing a lot of the other stuff that I do here. But a little bit of Kevin silliness is still my favorite. Thanksgiving Day, Kev? Absolutely one of my favorite things that I've ever done. Ai ciao, dilly. It's not translating what you're saying, so I have no idea what you're saying, but I hope you're having a good time. He better stay the Streamlabs logo. I mean, I was pretty mad, like, when they were changing him to this logo. I was like, no, I love Kevin. Kevin is so much fun for me to draw an enemy. And then when this version came around, I'm just like, I love this. This is so great. Maybe I do comms, Swishcrafts? Maybe? What does comms mean? What does that mean? Are you asking, do I do communications? Do I interact and connect with the, I don't know, the greater outside world? As best as I can, I try not to. Or comms as in commissions? Has commissions been shortened to comms? Ah, of course. Of course. I mean, of course that's what it means. But no, I don't really do commissions anymore. When the working day is through, I want to draw stuff just for me and not for you. And then I still don't do that. There was a while where it was just like taking commissions and doing my job and whatever other, doing my dishes and chores. And it's just like, this is crazy. Especially when I was just like, hey, I make enough money at my job for once. Kevin pays me good enough that I can afford to just do my job, and then at the end of the day, not take every job that comes my way to make sure bills are paid and whatnot. So I try so hard to use my free time for, my fun little nonsense projects. That being said, right on the other side of this wall, right over here, there's like a 3x4 foot canvas with a very beginning parts of a gem painting on it that I started God knows how long ago. I only really worked on it a handful of times. And then on the chair next to that is chopped up Skeletor glued back together to customize him for some different animation. And then on the next chair, there's some little pieces of fabric already cut up and ready to be ironed and sewed and turned into a little sweater for Skeletor. And then I'm already forgetting about several other artsy, creative-y projects. That at the end of the day, I neglect. Oh yeah, and then there's a little comic strip because it was like, oh, I thought of this comic strip idea because it's just a one-panel comic strip. It relates to exactly what I'm doing today. I think it'll be fun and funny, and it can just be basically a little sketch. This is going to be no work at all, so I wrote it down, just did a little doodle to remind me when I got back from whatever errands I was doing to do this little comic strip. So I at least finished something. So I accomplished something outside of work, and I didn't finish that either. Ended up doing some cleaning and chore type stuff because somewhere in my brain I don't have the ability to do my own fun stuff until a certain amount of chores and or whatever. The apartment must look catalog ready before I can sit down and make a mess of it. Ren bean, bit of cream, got a name that I can rhyme and it's not mean. Been a million years since I've been here. And drawing coffee beans and trying to steer my brain towards some kind of rhyming refrain. Walking in the rain. Don't need to explain. Oh, absolutely, Scarlet.
Discovery Houston, clear to ATO.
So many things like that where, yeah, you just feel like you have to earn a certain amount of points, life points, before you're allowed to do a thing, to move on. Cowboy hat. Alright, it's basically right. Move this where I can see it. Yeah. Always lurking in the shadows. Super Triggers is there. I am the terror that triggers the night. I am the donut without enough sprinkles. I am Duckwing Duck. It's totally fine. Why did I do that? Let's find the way it was. Take this. Oops. This little line here. I can't tell what that is. I want to say ninjas or possibly balaclava dudes. Absolutely true. Most of the time. Oh, I see it now. It's a Batman. I'm a Bat fan. I should have seen it. I'm a bad man. I've got a small Batman 79 Adam West Batmobile collection on my shelf in the living room. Guardian of the Galaxy. He is in love with Streamlabs, you see. Having fun and protecting a tree that says its own name a million times. What if I spend 3 hours messing with this one line that I will almost definitely skew out of existence by the end? Okay, it goes back this way. create a tangent line. That should work. BRB, it's a beam, guardian of the galaxy in between. Jobs where you gotta save the world and steal some energy things from a gold pearl. That wasn't the mission. See, sometimes you rough something out and it feels good. It feels good, Thaton. That one person. Oh my God, that one person. Why did it take me so long to figure that out? And then you start to clean it up and you're like, oh. This is the dumbest shape I've ever drawn in my life. Let's just get rid of that. Bothering, this will be erased anyway. Hi. Kian Nade? Kianade. Kinade. Definitely could pronounce that a few different ways. Okay, alright. Move this up here. Purple. Let's figure out this hat. Okay, my reference. Right here. It's still basically what I was doing before. Green face smiling. Everyone's wilding. Getting a little closer. How long did it take to code Streamlabs? I don't know. Years? It's kind of one of those, you know, it's ongoing. It's always being built. But like all projects, coding otherwise, I'm sure, most of it ends up being done the night before whatever code was due. That's when things get done. All right. But as far as like the base, original, whatever, like I have no idea. I have no idea. This works until I turn it into a clean line. I mean, of course, when I say years, I mean like, there's always new stuff, always revamping, customizing, optimizing. Fine, we don't need the back line. I don't know what you're talking about, Orion. I don't know what you're talking about. And I don't care. Because I'm not a bot, I'm a real person here. I'm gonna rot away with fear because we're getting older and we're living. I'm not a robot and this is what I'm given. I'm making art for people to see. I'm drawing pictures and that's just me. I don't make bots and I don't know how they work. I don't mean to be mean or I'm not trying to be a jerk. Just doing my thing, the thing that I do. And you come in and say something's better than you, but I don't know what either of those do. So I don't care. But thanks. Thanks. That's like, oh, by the way, Orion, everyone's better than you. That's what I heard. That's what I'm seeing. Come on now, Sarah, don't be like that. You just said you're not trying to be a jerk, but clearly that was being a jerk on purpose, I say. Yeah, he's right. He's right, but just taste of your own medicine kind of thing. Because I'm petty. I'm a petty old man. I'm just having fun. And if that's not fun, then be more fun. You probably already left. Because when you show up to be a troll, you don't hang around like a mole. You do your thing, you drop and release, you escape through the back because you don't want to get fleeced by the people that might be quicker and faster. They might come at you, not treat you like a pastor. What does that mean? I don't know. It could either be nice or something much worse. Condemn you to a place that is But maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, Orion. Go to the support channel if you would like to suggest adding things to whatever you're talking about. You need to draw more alligators. That's what you need in your day. How many experience points is it to draw an alligator? Now I'm not pretending to be angry. Now I am angry. You can tell by the laughing because I'm exploding inside. And, you know, all of the explosion inside, it has to alleviate the steam, the pressure. And it comes out as laughing. It comes out as hilarious laughing. Because or else I'd have to cry. And I'm real good. I'm real good at looking like I'm crying. Oh, man. Oh, man. But anyway. I'm always surprised by these here guys that think I make robots and run a company. That's not for me. I'm clearly drawing pictures on a stream, and you must know what that will mean. I'm just a weirdo who draws cartoons. My name is Mr. Cartoons. That's my name plus cartoons. Boom, boom, bing, bing, blop, blop. Boop, 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 boo-doo, 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 boo-doo. Do-do-do-do-do, boo-doo-doo, do-doo. Do-do-do-do-do, boo-doo-doo. Ba-do-do-do-do, ba-do-do-do-do, do-do-do. Hand's looking awfully UPA. Which I enjoy. Is that what I'm doing today? Much. That's close enough. Old peg leg! How you doing with your good leg? How you doing with your peg leg? Did you call your friend Greg? Got a blue heart and a stag. That doesn't rhyme, I should have said stag and broke it to pieces, added a saurus on the last leg. Still using the word lag again, but that time I said it with a travel trend. Like lag. I think it's spelled different, but I honestly don't know what rhymes with different. Afternoon is going by good and quick. Earlier I saw a kid walking down the street with a stick. I don't know why. Oh, we'll never find out. We'll never find out. The music changed. Oh, who knows? Who knows? Although that's all I know about that kid was, not only was he walking down the street with a stick, he was doing it in a way where he was like seemingly sneaking up on somebody. But there was nobody there to be snuck up upon. And I said, little sister, don't you do what your big sister does. Spiraling down, 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 down. There's a bar they call the Bitter Sea, where she sits and drinks a velvet crush. And that's Kool-Aid and gin. In case the clientele, like a relentless cameraman, she is elsewhere. And I say, you keep knocking, but you can't come in. Little sister, don't you do what your big sister does. Spiraling down, 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 down. Ba-ba-da-da. That's one of the songs that was playing before I started the stream, and it's still in my head. Let's use the right tool when we're painting here. Don't need to go to school. Too yellow. There we go. Red bean bitter is back with a bee buzzing, blowing a horn and fussing. Is it the morn? Are we cussing? And got our tickets 'cause we will be bussin' on the bus, and also there is dishes, so we gotta bust those. If those aren't our wishes, then we have to recalibrate our life and do our best, or bring a gun to a knife fight. Sean Connery said, I think. I don't know. I've never seen that movie, and all those people are dead. So morbid. Break dancing and having a good time. Do what we can to have fun with our fan, or we can listen to a Ryan. Still don't understand what you're talking about, dog. Anyway. Yeah, Bean. This stream, it's kind of like cucumbers. It's kind of like cucumbers. There's no way you could add a sentence that makes that make sense. What in the sweet, loving fun are you talking about? How is the stream like cucumbers? Is it also like a writing desk? Because that's, that doesn't make any sense either. You're over there. Sometimes I'm like, I love cucumbers. I love cucumbers. Cucumbers are great. Just a plate just filled to the brim with slices of cucumber, and then all kinds of salt and pepper. And And sometimes I'm like, I love cucumbers. But other times I'm just like, are cucumbers just a vehicle to bring salt and pepper into my body in a legal way that isn't, let me just pour some salt and pepper on a table and then slide my damp fingers across it so it all adheres and then num 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 like a kid eating Lickamaid in 1985. Are cucumber slices simply the old sugar Lickamaid stick for getting all that salty and spicy goodness into my face? Maybe. I don't know. Sometimes I just enjoy straight up cucumber and it's great. And how this is a cucumber is yeah, it's a stream where I draw and make stuff for people. And that's the whole point of it. But is it the whole point of it? Or is this just a little vehicle? Is this just my own little personal Batmobile that drives me to the little imaginary karaoke nonsense? Do I do karaoke? Never. Terrifying. Did it like once and realized I don't know the words to any songs even if I'm reading it and I don't read fast enough. I'm not a fast reader. And even if it's my favorite song and there's a bunch of people I don't know, I'm just like, I'm ruining everyone's day. But thanks to the powers of the internet and streaming and whatnot,
Discovery, go and throttle up.
Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
ask your precious bot that question. Why are you asking me? I've already explained I'm drawing pictures. I don't know what you're talking about. Ask anybody else. But yes, what do you mean moderator? I don't have a mod now. I'm just doing it. You just do it. You hit go live and you just do it. Exactly. I love popcorn, but I also just want to pour hot buttered salt down my throat. Oh man. Like as a kid, we're having lobster? Yay! I hate lobster. I hate shellfish. I hate fish. But it was the only way to legally take a weird, meat-based brush, dip it in butter, and paint your tongue and inside of your mouth with buttery, salty goodness. And mostly it was like, hey, if you're going to waste it, don't. Just don't. You either eat the inside. If you're not going to eat the tail of the lobster, then you're wasting lobster. You're not getting our claws. You can have the legs. So all and realizing at a very young age, there's very little meat in the legs of a lobster. And it's both. The lion, 'tis both. We're robots and people. I'm AI. I haven't been real for years. Beep boop bop 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 ba deep boop bop beep bop bop ba da. The amount of money I put into getting these extra skins to wear. And when I say I mean Jeff. Jeff at Streamlabs is just, paying for optimized, customized AI. This guy. Yeah, there's like 100 people that work here. There's marketing people, there's the programmers, there's a support team that can help you with any of your questions, concerns. And there's a creative team, and part of that creative team is this guy, Mr. Cartoons, or Curtis if you want to use my real name. Hi, G Gameplay, or G Gameplay? Yeah, hi, guy, yeah. G, yeah. Hola. Muy. Damn it. I know this. Hola, ¿cómo está? Muy bien. Muy bien? I always keep mashing French and Spanish together. And I don't know enough of either of them. What am I doing? What was I saying? Was I still just talking about butter? I think I was just talking about butter and cucumbers. Oh yeah, and then yeah, I think I already added that. So then the stream is, yeah, there's what I'm supposed to do. And then there's, you're gonna give me a venue. And I'm gonna say things, I'm gonna do things. And you know, within the first few streams, however many years ago I did that, nobody said, hey, stop making up dumb songs, just shut up and draw pictures. Nobody else said that. I believe I said it several times, Sarah. Every stream, in fact, I said, why not less drawing more drawing and less singing and making up random nonsense? Huh? Remember me, Kevin? I'm in charge. Yeah, but in the artificial intelligence world, your AI is I intelligence. You're my intelligence, and that's how this works. And that's why sometimes you're mean to me, because I need it. Mega Hikari. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to separate that or mash it all together. That's some real nice. I want to say, yeah, those are all Kirby crew. I recognize the guy with the purple bandana and Kirby, and the rest, I'm going to say Kirby that ate stuff that's that color. I didn't make those. No, those are mine. Every once in a while, I'll see something on the internet, and I'm like, hey, I'm Leonardo DiCaprio pointing at a TV right now, guys. And sometimes people are like, yeah, who cares? I know who these people in this live stream or YouTube show is. I don't know who you are. But it's like, no, you know who I am. I'm your friend. We hang out all the time. So no, whenever I go to my one friend's place before she moved away, it was always so crazy because, I mean, you know, a good chunk of my friends, especially my family, they have no idea what I do no matter how much I explain it to them, even though they're like, oh, my son or daughter, they live stream their Fortnites. And I'm like, well, I'm the guy who makes some of the stuff for that and or the whatever. And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. These crazy kids. I was like, you're talking about a 20-year-old. But yeah, whenever I'd be over at my friend's place, she would always watch. And I don't want to specifically point out any channels because I don't know. I'm not sure who's a monster and who's not anymore. No, it's just like seeing in the social media world. It's like so and so. Who would have known they were a monster? And I'm like, that could be. Is that person that I was watching? I don't think that it is, but one of the words in their name was just like, oh, that could be them. So I literally am like, I don't want to even try to describe them. But if they still are good people, or while they were good people and popular and whatever, and I'd be sitting there visiting, and then out of the corner of my eye, I'd see this little dinosaur jumping up and down with the text underneath it. It says like, hey, Red Bean Bittercream just subscribed. Hey, Super Johnny 5000 just donated, tipped, $5 or whatever. And then this little dinosaur's hopping up and down. And I'm like, that's what I do at work. That's what I do. That's one of the generic random looping animations I made one day when somebody was like, we need some generic random looping animations for alerts. For like just the base, default. You've signed up. Here's what you get. It's in there in the library for free. Go nuts. And like one of the first ones that I made was that little Tyrannosaur that's just kind of hopping for no reason whatsoever. And now I live in a world where I'll be watching the internet in some capacity, YouTube's, wherever. And every once in a while, something I did will pop up on the screen. And that's all little Curtis ever wanted. Like, growing up, that's all I wanted. You know, when I finally worked on my first TV show, we did a pilot that was on Canadian, the Canadian Animation Channel. Canada's version of the Cartoon Network, which I genuinely have no idea if it still exists. And I remember, like, you know, the show wasn't done yet, but it still had credits in it and stuff, and like I got to edit together the intro to the show. They were like, I don't know what to do. You got time, go do that. Like, what? Not only did I animate on the show, I'm just gonna randomly take the scenes that I think are the funnest and cut those together as the intro to the show, and nobody's gonna change it? Like, this is insane! You know, and I was only like, 20, if that. And it was like, all of my dreams are coming true, and I'm just barely even 20 years old. Oh my God, it's Friday. Just had a real good feeling in my bones, realizing it's Friday. So soon, I remember like bringing the VHS tape of like I got like the rough cut of the show that I worked on to show my parents. I was so excited, and I'm like sitting by the TV, looking back like, it's in the VCR. Here you go. Like, it's only 22 minutes long is the whole thing, or whatever it was. Just broken down into like 2-minute shorts that would be dispersed throughout television times in the morning instead of commercials. And I remember, the feeling of abject disappointment in my bones, in my whole body, when I'm just like looking back like, Like, is anybody looking at this? Like, while I was on the other side of the room talking, everyone was looking at the TV. Now that I've put something on TV, everyone's looking in the other direction, talking about anything else. And then I'm just like, is anybody gonna, do you guys want to, hey? And then, I remember, I'm not sure who, I'm pretty sure it's my dad's voice is burned in my head. I'm just going, I think that's enough, buddy. Like, it's 22 minutes. You haven't looked at any of it. Like, just look at it. I want you to see my name in the credits. Like, just see my name on TV, please. Just please see my name on TV. And it's just like, anyway, we don't have time for this. Like, all right, cool. I'll try not to think horrible things for the rest of my life. And then meanwhile, any little kid, slightly related to us or not, just like, hey, check it out. Did you see so-and-so? They sang a little song or they did a little dance on Facebook. And it's just like, I don't care. Like, what's wrong with you? You're a monster. I don't actually say this is in my head, but I know that the answer is, why are you such a monster? It's like, I'm not. I'm spiteful. Because, once you get to a certain age, you realize, or you just read the memes about it now. Those memes that are like, when I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to do anything. I couldn't have candy, and, my parents would take money from me to give to other children or whatever. And now that I'm old, now that mom's a grandma, kids get whatever they want. They're taking on vacations to Disneyland, which, we never went on or whatever. They're getting all the treats, all the fun. And it's just like, yeah, that's actually how it works. That's what really happens. Everyone gets real happy and excited. But I'm still trying to appease little Curtis for my whole life. That's all I've ever been trying to do. That's why I have, it's a big mess now, but I'm, working on a new apartment for Skeletor. Why I'm making clothes for Skeletor, because, like, my cousins would be like, hey, we're making Barbie clothes. Like, this sounds cool and amazing. Yeah, let's make clothes. Like, not you. Here, you go take your He-Man and go play over there. Like, no, can't I? No, you're a boy, and get out of here. It's just like, I want to make clothes for stuff. I want to. And anyway, every time I've tried to show them stuff that I've made, it's always this weird, like, all right, that'll do, pig, that'll do. Anyway, let's talk about grown-up things. And I'm like, well, my grown-up things are making pictures and stuff, doing silly voices occasionally.
I don't think my voice is silly, man. I think I have a very adequate voice and a delightful little couch and, pictures on my wall. What's so childish about this? Look at my muscles and my mostly naked body. This was for children? No, you dundering boob. I think not.
And that's what I do with my time. Sorry, I keep jamming my face in your butt, Kev. And that's not cool. Not cool at all, Sarah. By far and no means at all. Not cool. But, at work, at my job, and, with my friends and whatnot, they're always like, yeah, do more things. You should put those poems in a book. And, sometime in September, now I've got to do like some sort of like stand-up / poetry reading for hospice charity, because hey, people are like, hey, this is fun, you're fun, you should do this with us and for us. Like, oh wow, this is why I don't enjoy going back to the island that I'm from, because it always feels like everybody thinks there's something wrong with you for being creative, as long as they're related to you. Anybody's not related to them, or if they're like under 10, then it's like, wow, creativity's the best. All right, cool. Sounds like something I've been saying. Thanks, hey, jamais. I combined the first two. Hey, jamais. Hey, jamais. Hey, jamais. Got a little Duolingo. Owl hanging out. I think that's what that is, but I don't know. Gingo-chan, oi. I hope you're having fun. Oh boy. Like, it's still every once in a while. If you're a therapist, you can't charge me for this. If you're listening to me go on about this stuff, this is just me venting. You cannot charge me for this. Oh, I gotta be honest, Ginjo. I do not. I'm sure we spent a good several minutes or hours through the years talking about how I can't say your name, though. And I want to say, don't get offended if I don't remember you, because I go to genuine decades. Oh, no, it can't have been decades. I haven't even worked here for a decade. Oh, my grayness. Oh, the gray in my beard. Every once in a while, we used to do it for a while, and then I've just been busy, and, social media had me wildly depressed, and I didn't want to connect with the world anymore, honestly. It's scary and hateful. And then I put on my, our personal employee evaluation thing. Hey, I want to get back. I want to do the stream again. And then pretty much before I even submitted it to Ethan, the higher ups, if you will, Eric in social media, and I believe was Ashray, who runs the place. We're like, hey, we do stuff with real people. You should do the real people thing again. Everybody's so all up in arms about how AI is awful, me included. Let's get out there and be real. Be super real. Let your voice get real high like this for whatever reason. And I'm like, awesome, I was already planning to do that. So it's a win-win for everybody. Oh yeah, that was the other thing, where I was, my therapy nonsense was, out of nowhere, my brother will just say what I think are the most awful things in the world, and then I just have to sit with them and decide whether or not I'm ever going to go home and visit those people again. But one day, he was just like, oh, you know, like the Milo. He was like, I don't really like Milo that much. Like that Milo voice, I don't like it. Plus, it's basically just your own voice. It doesn't actually sound that different from you. And I'm just like, we're not joking around here. He's serious. One, he doesn't like Milo, which is based on my real cat who died a long time ago. He doesn't like the Milo voice. Like, okay, it's an annoying, weird voice. And also, that voice is the same as my voice? Like, do you want to throw garbage at me while you're telling me this? Because God knows how many years ago that was. That was a good 10, 15 years ago. And I'm just like, fine. Cool, thanks. Thanks. I'll just go to therapy, and people will tell me, you should talk to him about stuff. You should talk to him. You need somebody to talk to. I was like, yeah, he needs therapy, dog. He needs therapy. And I went to therapy to learn that I don't need to be everyone's therapist. But I am everyone's therapist. Got a pigeon that's rockin' and boppin'. Doesn't need AI and there is no stoppin'. You make the stuff with your own two hands and you have a lot of fun. Then you open up a can of soup or whoop ass, whatever you need to take down those who are trying to impede your creative journey with a robot or something else that's less or more. And I don't know where I went or I'm going. Because I can't, it's hard to do sometimes some of these rhymes really require some swearing. Serious book illustrator. Serious. Yeah. I don't know, like, I personally, I'm not, I'm not bad at technology. I definitely used to be significantly better at using things and understanding things. And now it takes me a lot longer to learn how to do something. I feel comfortable with it. But the Streamlabs desktop for streaming, I'm just like, oh, finally, yes, I want to do this now. I love how everything is in one box. I don't have to, install a million things unless, I want to get more involved about stuff. Oh, he doesn't watch any of my stuff. That's just like, hey, I looked at some of your things, and I don't like them. Like, all right, thanks. Well, that's kind of his whole deal is just, I'm bitter and cranky about stuff. Oh yes. I find the Streamlabs desktop, it's all built in for the most part. Depending on your system, it finds everything for you and it's just like, here's the best settings. Like, all right, sounds good to me. Now I still, of course, go in, mess around with things. I can't leave everything as is. It's just not possible. Whoa. But if you're a serious illustrator and you want to share it with the world, do it. Do it. Oh, but here's my secret. Asian May. my secret for dealing with people like that is that, well, Cap, I'm always angry. I run on spite. A lot of us do. So it's, the old, whatever. That person says you shouldn't have that job and you're stupid and you don't belong here. And it's just like, that just gave me all the more reason to belong here, to be the best, to catch all the Pokemon. And that's what I'm doing most of the time, is whether somebody has said you're wrong or I'm just proving my own stupid head wrong, where it's just like, you can't do this, what's wrong with you? And it's like, no, but I can. I've proven again and again, head, that I can do that thing. And then, I have to have a fight with my own head that's just like, well, prove me wrong, kids. Prove me wrong. Like, because it's bad enough. It's bad enough. Like, the world is full of Principal Skinners that don't want you to do things. But even worse is the fact that we develop, we put whatever Principal Skinner that we've, dealt with in our life. And that's how I pronounce life. And that's fine. That's fine. I don't pronounce it any other way. I only say life. And I'm normal. I'm totally normal. Everything's fine. But it's very easy to let those things seep in and then have them just repeat, have them become your mantra. Oh, I keep forgetting there's the emote wall over on the side above my head over here. All those dancing, those bitter bean, red bean, bitter cream, dancing bears. That was delightful. I'm one of my students a long time ago in the 1 year that I was an animation or whatever I was, some sort of art instructor at a community college, and one of the students was an older student. Let me say older student. They were like my age or slightly older than me at the time. They were super into music and art and singing and creativity, and that was their whole deal. But they also spent much of their time like taking care of their mom. And there will be nights where it's like, hey, everybody's going down to this place. There's this, music night. We're doing karaoke or we're putting on a show, blah, 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 blah. Music. And we knew that she was into music, but I remember her saying to me, like, oh, like, I can't do that. And it's just like, what are you talking about? Like, yeah, you can. And I was specifically like, whoever told you can't, that's 10 reasons for you to go and do it and show that you can. And also, don't even let them see it. They don't deserve it. Just do it for you. Do it for me. I don't care who it's for. Just do it to spite me. I'll tell you can't do it, and then prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. And it's just basically, it was just like within her family or whatever, like her any uncles, aunts, whatever, mostly uncles, who did do music of any kind, were all alcoholics or crazy I almost said judge addicts or crazy judge. Damn it, I did it again. Or crazy drug addicts. And so, like, that was the whole reasoning, was her mom was like, no, like, you stay away from music. Like, like it's like the Footloose town or whatever. Music will ruin your life. And it's just like, no, but you're a super nice, straight edge, like, that's not gonna... It's not gonna happen, and if it does, it's not gonna be because of the music. Like, those dudes in your family that are super into drugs and alcohol or whatever, whether or not they play guitar or sing songs has nothing to do with that. Whatever job they did or do, they're still going to be that. That's what they're going to do. It wasn't because of the music. And she was definitely old enough to know and to understand, but it's still like, you very often need just some random person to just be like, yeah, no, the thing that you think, you don't have to think like that. Or, it's like, yep, your mom is right. The music industry, entertainment, like, that is more conducive to getting drunk at work or whatever than any other job. But I've worked with lots of people that I'm just like, oh, this project is never going to get done. It's just not going to get done. This guy goes home every day and just does all the drugs, and the next day he's like, all right, so I was thinking this, and it's just like, we already have a plan. No, so let me just lay this out for you. And it's just like, oh, he has all the power and he has no control. Yeah, even that, like, that was her thing, was like, well, I want to play music so she would, like, go and play, like, guitar in church and stuff, but she's like, I want to go and do music, like, with my friends and all these people. And it was just so, like, but my mom, and and also have to, having to be the person that's like, well, I don't want to be a jerk about how upwardly mobile, or, your mom is, but it sounds like if you do go out and do some music, she's not going to find out. But then she's like, well, somebody else in my family will tell her. It's like, well, then it's their job to to explain to your mom that it's okay as well, But anyway, do 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 spaghetti, do 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 do. But anyway, do 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 spaghetti. I didn't even know you were gone, Triggers, this time. I didn't know you were gone. But yeah, it's bad enough trying to overcome the outward pressures of the world that are like, you'll never be good enough, or everyone else is better, or this has got to be, and blah, 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 blah. And everything is, there's 1,000 reasons to not do stuff, and there's 1,000 reasons to do stuff, and it just comes down to, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? My example is always, as far as art goes, and animation, is South Park is a huge, phenomenal, big deal, and relatively, like, the originals were just like, this is just paper cutout nonsense. And even going forward, it's like, they're still not moving their legs when they walk. Like, it's not any sort of exalted, amazing animation, but it's still the story, the timing, everything about it still gets put together into this thing where it's like, this is entertainment. The people who made it loved making it, and that's all that really matters. But we live in a world where people think that it's their job to take other people down a peg. I got in a big fight. I tell this story a lot. I shouldn't tell it at all, probably. But I got into this fight. We're having like a meeting at the aforementioned school I was teaching at. And the one teacher was like, he was like, Jenny, like, she thinks she's so good. She's got to be taken down a peg. And at the meeting, I'm like, Jenny's really good. You need to keep raising her up a few pegs. We're going to be working for her someday. She's got a business sense. She's super artistic. Her ability to envision structure and make everything look great. It was like, she's just starting out, and she's amazing. You're an old man who's been doing this forever, and in all honesty, you've never actually done anything except fail at whatever your job was before and end up here in the basement trying to teach this class where you know your stuff, but you're a jerk about it for some reason. You're not trying to build anybody up. You're trying to tear everybody down. Then just like, now that you're at the bottom, now climb out. Just like, why not build things up instead of tearing them down? I'm 37. I quit teaching to illustrate and be a stay-at-home mom. I still catch hell from my grandma about that. LOL. So true, Asia May. So true. My best friend in the whole world. she makes films now. Like, she's a producer, and she doesn't talk to her mom anymore for basically that reason. Is she's been a teacher, she's been an art animator, she's been a professional artist. Her bills have always been paid, and literally, she had a theater showing a film that she made in the theater that was actually about her mom, that I helped work on, a bunch of people helped work on. Everything about it was just like, this should be the proudest moment in a mom's life, honestly. You're in a theater full of people that are clapping, crying, laughing at all the parts. And at the end, we're having a Q&A session that I'm more or less kind of hosting, fielding some questions, we're telling some stories and whatnot. And like I said before, when it's just like, oh, but there's a baby around, the babies are having a fun time. The babies were doing great. They're happy. They weren't frustrated. And I look out into the crowd, and the mom goes, gives the old wrap it up symbol. It's like, we were just getting started. I was so mad. I'm just like, I hope she didn't see that. I hope you didn't see that. I'll tell you about it later so we can both be mad about it. But how dare you? How dare you? And literally, she's presenting her film that she wrote, storyboarded, directed, had a professional musician do the music for her, which is our friend Terry, who's done music for Sesame Street and Saturday Night Live. And if you're in a place that plays some stock music, it might be his. It's crazy. It's crazy. But during, why don't you deselect group, copy, paste. But yeah, during all that, it was still it's achieved everything. This is the pinnacle of I made a movie. And then still just but still, and we're in our 40s. This is a while ago, but we're still close to in our 40s, probably around 37 actually. And am I in the group? Okay, yes. And then still just being but you could still go back to, take those medical courses. You could still be a doctor, or you could still be get a real job. And it's just she owns a house. She's got, the dog she's always wanted. Everything's coming up roses. And you're still just maybe you can do this the right way. And that's the thing too, is she did. I think it's just, some people, it's not even that you're not doing what I want you to, because it's she wanted her to do what she was doing. But a lot of it, some people are just, there's a certain controlling level. God, I hope she never sees this. Where the issue isn't even what you're doing, it's just as long as I decided that you do this. Because before all this came about, this is not my story to tell. I'm awful. But basically it was just hey, so you're going to go to university, you're going to do this. And then 5 seconds into university was I don't want to be a marine biologist. Why am I doing this? Because I like animals and the sea. I don't want to do this. I want to be an artist. And it's I'm dropping out of science university and I'm going to be an artist. And I'm going to go to art school. And her parents were not under my roof. Oh, well, I guess I'm kicked out then. Well, this is all our stuff. You're not taking anything with you. Oh, okay then. Thought my family liked me. I guess I'll just leave. And then didn't talk to them for a while. Then, became friends again. And then 1,000 years later, it's just oh, by the way, in case you thought I was proud of you, no, I'm not. And it's well, why? Why do people do that? And I swear, it's whenever I run into people, no matter what they're doing, I don't care. It's just yeah, do it. Do it. Just do it and be awesome. And even if you're not awesome, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Just be. And enjoy being the way that you be. Because that's all that you have. It's, there's, this is what we have. This is what we have. I have a Ripley Barbie shirt on. And that makes me so happy. This design and this shirt is stupid things like that. That is just you could be happy with so many different things. And then there's some people that are just like, yeah, but you're happy in a different way, so now I'm angry. And it's just like, well then, buy a shirt that makes you happy then, man. Buy a shirt that makes you happy. And those people are usually racist. Not to be totally pejorative, but it's just a fact. Those people are always homophobic and racist 90% of the time, because it is just like their base level is everything is wrong except for what I know to be right, and if you try to tell me something different, then that's wrong, and I hate you because of blank. Like, I can't remember if this was before last stream. I think this happened between last stream and this one, but I was at the laundromat, and this dude comes in. He's got a backpack on, and as he's going out for one of 10 times he comes in into the building, he's got a lottery ticket, like a scratch ticket, just hanging just by a thread out of the back of his backpack. And I'm like, oh, hey guy, you're about to lose that lottery ticket. Just letting you know, like, that's fine. Like, I'm not going to look at it. I'm not going to do anything with it. I'm just going to keep walking outside into the wind. Like, all right, cool. Whatever. Maybe it's taped on there. Maybe this is your game. I don't know. So he's gone for a bit. He comes back in again later. I've got my headphones on like this whole time. He comes back in, and he says something that sounds like somebody stole 2 cell phones from my car. And then he's like looking for like the lady that's like working the place that day to see if she can, check the security cameras. So while he goes outside to do that, I turn to the whatever dude that was still there, and I pull out one of my earphones, and I'm like, did he just say he had 2 cell phones stolen from his car? It's like, who's this guy? He's not a pimp or a drug dealer, clearly. Like, he's got nothing going on. Why you got 2 phones? Why you got 2 phones in your car, guy? You're suspicious. The dude that's left, or at least one of the people there, says to me, you gotta have multiple phones if you're a drug dealer or a pimp. You gotta keep, or you got some side ladies. I can't think of a proper term that's not vulgar, and I can't think of the vulgar term either. But yeah, if you've got to hide your secret life from your wife and your real life, you have a separate phone. You're selling drugs or something illegal, or if you're a Bitcoin person, you're a crypto guy, then you can have separate phones for each of your wheelings and or dealings. All right, there's our howdy gator. Damn it, I went too deep into the 2 phone thing. Oh yeah. So, one dude, he says to me, like, all I wanted to know is, like, did he say 2 phones? That's all I wanted to know. All right, cool. Put my headphones back on. And this other white guy says, oh, I hate to say it. And I'm like, oh, for the love of fun. I know the next thing you're going to say is racist, because you don't hate to say it. This is just what you believe. He's like, I hate to say it, but we've got a lot of foreigners around here these days, and they think that they just do things their own way. They just do whatever they want. They don't do it the way we do things around here. They think they just live by their own rules. And I'm just like, no, that's fine. Like, I'm gonna put my headphones back on. I'm not talking to this guy. And then he was still talking to other people, and I muttered something out loud. I'm just begging to get a punch in the face. But I just muttered something out loud where it's just like, I don't trust any of the white people around here. They're the ones that are always getting caught stealing. Anytime a car is broken into, it's always just some scrawny meth head white guy. It's always like and I hate to use the terms, like the foreign people the non-white people, whatever. I don't want to say not from here, because a lot of them are from here. They're from here, born and raised. But they're always the ones that are on extra alert, because it's like we don't get to F around and find out, because everybody's already too racist against us. We have to be on our best behavior all the time. So there is no doing whatever we want. And I hear it every once in a while. It's like, oh, so-and-so is like, they park out in front of the building because they're not from here, so they think they can do it. Just like, you know how many just random, like, local dudes just park in front of my car? And they're always just some local white dude. And I don't want to get stabbed. So I still usually end up saying something that's going to get me stabbed. But anyway, so he says, like, you got to watch out for these people. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there just like, I'm angry, not only at the racism, but at the fact that I'm like, I am suspect number one here, guys. None of you in this room are looking at me as suspect number one. I'm the only person who doesn't belong here. I'm from the next town over, technically. It's 2 minutes away, but technically, you guys don't know me, but you all know each other. My car is parked next to that guy's car. I've come and gone to my car a few times to get art supplies and paint on paint Milo on a birthday card for my friend to get in the mail. And so the fact that they weren't just like, actually, you're the only one that's been out around that car, you're the one, and meanwhile, nobody of any non-white leaning has been anywhere near this laundromat for like the past hour or so. Like, it's just been a few of us, and we have been coming and going out to where this guy's car is. So the fact that it's just like, blame me, make me defend myself. Or, you know who else is around? Right across the street was a bunch of bikers. Now, I'm not saying bikers are like bad people and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's not a thing anymore. But there was just literally just like, there's like, you know, 8 or 9 people over there with a bunch of motorcycles dressed in leather, stereotypically the criminals in the story of whatever. The Sons of Anarchy are right there, and you're not like, hey, there's a pile of people over there, and it's like there's a bunch of suspects, and you're just like, haven't seen any, but I'm gonna blame them. And I was just like, the whole rest of the day, I'm just like, I'm gonna follow this guy. Like, he eventually comes back in again, and while he's talking to the manager lady or whatever, and she calls the owner, and he's like, you know, of course, like, security cameras aren't attached to anything, of course. Like, what do you mean? They're just to scare people away. Well, then this parking lot is free stealing then. Free stealing, go nuts, nobody cares. So dude comes back in, tells everybody, just like, well, maybe I just left them at home. I'll just check at home, like. I got the impression that I get, Mighty Boss Tones, is that this guy is just an absent-minded guy that does stuff like this all the time. Because he was just like, anyway, they're probably just at home. They probably are. He leaves again. He comes back again. Oh, hey, by the way, what? That lottery ticket didn't win anything. So, it was no big deal. If I had lost it, it wouldn't have mattered. And I'm like, you know what? I'm pretty sure you're the kind of person that got your phones for free and there's nothing of importance on them anyway. You probably don't even have a cell network. So mad at him. And then I see him again as I'm doing my rounds around town to do my little errands and whatnot. Then I just see him. It's like, clearly it wasn't a big deal. I don't know if you went home to find your phone, but I so badly wanted to follow him home and knock on his door and be like, hey, I'm here to do crime. But I can't, I'm not there to do, I can't. I'm not that crazy. All of these machinations, they exist purely in my head. Shouldn't make a comic strip about them. Go be a super mom. Do what you can. And I got no rhymes for that. Anyway, hey, Jemay. Enjoy the illustrating. I'm very proud. I'm very proud of anybody who gets out of a job to do their thing, whatever that is. That's always so such a good feeling to know that that's happening in the world. Sky baby flat. W streamer, imagine that. We're not dropping L's, we're just writing spells to make some magic. Trying to keep it from dropping into tragic. The syntax is not very ecstatic. Alright, okay. Keep forgetting this is also a giveaway stream. Exclamation point giveaway in the Twitch chat at least. I don't know if the same bot exists over on YouTube. That'll give you access to the Google Drive where you fill it out. And every week, as often as I can, I'll come online and draw the stuff that you want, or as best as I can. And then I'll email it to you later on. I'll probably send it out on Monday, primo. Or maybe later tonight. I just like to sit and look at it for a little bit because I always want to change something. But there's still 50 minutes left to the end of my day. I think I'm gonna skip laundromatting today. I'll regret that, but that's fine. Okay, that sounds difficult to draw off the top of my head. Oh, hero of the pups, you guys are always around. There was something. Oh, yes. I wanted to draw, I think. Okay, I'm gonna... Alright, that doesn't take me to a Twitch channel, so I guess I'll guess. Oh, actually. Alright, I just want to take a look at this person's avatar before I commit to this. That's a picture of the real person in my head. I vaguely remember it as a... Uh-oh, my foot is cut. There we go. So I don't like the delay between the headphones and the wireless. When there's music in my head, I wanted to sync up instead of having a delay or going to have to pay $300 for crazy earbuds. Okay, so this one I'm gonna pick because I think I can do one within 40 minutes, even though it took me a long time to do this first one. So this says rubber hose style little acorn dude who wears a purple bandana that he often uses as a mask around his neck, hoping to get some kind of expressive emotes for him to convey a range. The range will be 1. Probably happy. And that is Dan's Nut, who was here last week in the chat. So, wait, you said acorn, right? Even though I think on his thing... Yeah, acorn. I'm pretty sure those are chestnuts. On his page. A-C-O-R-N. There, so we can see a picture of an acorn. Alright, I'm not sure if I was ignoring anybody before. Let me scroll back. Ski baby slat. Everything's on fire. Going down the hill. Gonna jump the spire. It's a ski jump. It goes higher. Baby slat ski tire. The ice is melted. It's gotten watered down. I didn't say that, but I don't remember what I said already. This is based on a real person, but yeah, I have no idea. I have zero idea. A lot of the stuff I say, it is just gone. It just disappears into the ether. I will remember it all 4 hours from now. I'll be like, I can't believe I said that. That didn't rhyme. Why did I say that? But in the moment, it's just a river. It's just a river of nonsense. It's just a it's just a running toilet. Just won't stop. Water everywhere. Call some kind of plumbing cop. Oh, call Mike Ruby, the no stank plumber. He guarantees no stank. And if anybody gets that reference, if anybody knows who Mike Ruby is, then you're one of my people. That's what I spend all day listening to. Old or new, I'm mostly just listening to CBB compilations or new episodes. It's cool. It's super, super cool. Acorn river hose style. Let's go quick circle. All right. Let's make our brush a lot smaller for sketching. All right. Because this is a tale of Tony Montana, a Cubano flame with my minutes. Rubber hose style, don't forget. One of those. I don't want to lose the bottom to the bandana, but I feel like it makes more sense if the bandana's covered up. Oh, my life is hard. My life is hard and impossible. Do one of those old style bandana knots.
Welcome home, Columbia. Beautiful, beautiful.
Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of
Hmm.
critical vehicle functions.
How does that keep happening? Click there. Ooh, what did I do?
Discovery Houston, trim to ATO.
Hey, I haven't said anything in quite some time, Sarah. And I'm still talking. Your button isn't working anymore. Why? I don't know. I don't know why. It keeps doing that. Can't figure it out. Pretty sure it's because of my clicking. I remember I need to click away on somewhere else. Hey, it works again. You did it. Excelsior and whatnot. Excelsior's not your thing, Stan. Alright, bandana. Undo. How many undos does it take to get back to something you liked and it's no longer whack? There we go. Some longer legs. Going back to some Fleischer style. Wait, yeah. Is that right? Fleischer? Yeah. Max Fleischer, rubber hose. That's where the cup heads are coming from, I suppose. Go. Let's get jaunty. Nice jaunty pose. I'm still streaming, right? Yeah. Every once in a while, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. But there was a while, I don't want to jinx myself, where, yeah, I'd be sitting here talking for the longest time. It's like, oh, the little button's like, would you like to start your stream? Because I did not realize my internet was bad. I hate when something just looks wonky and I want to change it, but I also don't. Almost 4:30 on a Friday. don't like that jaunty leg. Let's F6. Hey, Shift F6, F6. Copy, paste, modify, transform, flip horizontal. I meant vertical. Everything is okay. Wait, no, I did mean flip horizontal, right? Oh, vertical. Yeah. Okay, I did just press the wrong one while I was looking at the other one. Why do I keep... Ugh. Horizontal. There we go. There we go. Just needs to stand up a little more straight. Okay. Let's see how quickly. See how quickly we can clean this up. Make sure I'm not missing any work messages. No one's expecting something important on a Friday. Alright, don't understand what that means. Probably fine. Probably fine. It's probably fine, it's all okay. When you see your messages today, maybe they're concerned with your burn that you gave to the person in the chat. 'Cause they said, hey, imagine that. My cat is better than yours. Nope. Cat need to be at the end of the sentence. Boom. Acorns and cheese, and peanuts and watermelon. Lobsters and turtles, and I'm a felon, watching out for what I'm spelling. In the world of jobs, red bean, bitter cream, Friday is the time to say, oh, I remembered. On Monday we are doing presentations, and we want artwork that we can show. That we're super serious though. Make it cute, make it fun, get it done by EOD. Do it now, and it's for me. And then I will be super presenting it. Actually, that doesn't really happen that often. But it does suck being in mostly a very different time zone from anybody else. And or even the people in my time zone are like, hey, we're just going to keep getting up on California time. I'm like, no, be on my time. I'm not getting up on California time. Or I'm not waiting till California time to wake up. But, yeah, everyone here is so wonderful and fantastic and good that, like, 99% of the time, if somebody's like, hey, it's Friday and we want some stuff, and I'll be like, all right, cool. I'll get on that on Monday. And they're like, of course. I can see what time zone you're in. And I'll be like, it's all good. Especially since I don't want to do the proper texture of an acorn. With some texture, though. No, I will not. It's an emote. Calm down. Stop trying to put too much detail. Yeah, it's very, very rare. Somebody's like, it's the end of the day on Friday, we need this. Ah! One funny thing or weird thing that people do, though, I mean, this hasn't happened in a long time. And mostly, like my friend Matt, who used to work here. Matt doesn't work here anymore, and it's very sad for me. Because, you know, I treat everybody, you know, as normal as I can. Without being a weird, sarcastic jerk for fun. You know, because most people are normal, and they don't need to be dealing with that at their job. But with Matt, he's also a cranky, weird old man. Who's just like referencing The Simpsons all day long. So, you know, so we could be silly in a mean way sometimes. Not too mean, of course. Nobody's hurting feelings. But if somebody is, if I send somebody a file, I need this illustration, like, here you go. And somebody says, all right, cool. Can you send me the link to that illustration? To the one that you have? Yeah, sure. And then I go put that illustration somewhere and then send them the link to that place. And that's fine, because, you know, they've got to share it, whatever. They need it to be someplace. But with Matt, when he would do that, the very rare occasion, where he'd be like, hey, you know, I'd send him something. And then he'd be like, hey, yeah, can you send me a link to that? And, you know, just being the fun jerk that I am, I would just, you know, copy the link to that message I just sent him that is right above the message that he just sent me saying, can you send me a link to that file? And I just send him a link to that message where I just sent him that file. And that would be funny to me, but also, you know, a little bit scary in that, you know, I'm still technically being a jerk to somebody at work, because it's just like, I know you want a Google Drive folder. That's what everybody wants. But put it in a Google Drive folder then. Like, you know, when somebody shows up, when a package arrives on my front step, I'm not like, excuse me, sir, could you come back and open that for me and put it on the shelf? Or could you take that, go down to the post office and mail it to me from my proper post office, not just some, like, you know, a delivery center? But anybody else, I'd be terrified to actually upset them. And then I'm like, I'm not really trying to be a jerk. Like, if you want me to throw it in a folder, that's no problem at all. But with Matt, I'd have no problem with just sending him a link to the message he just sent me. And then, you know, he'd probably say something mildly mean or swear at me in text form, like, you whatever. And he's like, but, all right, yeah, that is the file that I need. I'll just press the download button that's next to it. Or, even though, you know, Matt was here for quite a while, for years. Like, I think he came in shortly after I did. Because one of my first jobs was doing some custom logos or something. Yeah, custom merch design for some guy. Some somewhat popular guy. Some popular guy on the internet that does streaming. And then, what seemed like, I don't know, a couple years later, I'm sitting there talking to Matt like I always talk to Matt, and he was asking about something, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, yeah. And he's like, and this thing. And I'm like, he's like, did you draw this? And I was like, yeah, I drew that. Like, wait, is that you? Are you this guy? Are you like, you're some popular streamer guy? And now you're just Matt? But he wasn't just Matt. He knew everybody. He had all the phone numbers. He had all the emails. He needed to contact a VIP. Matt was the one to get you there. But that and the other thing I would do is within the exact same vein, which was like, hey, can you send me a link to that file? And I'd be like, oh, hey, listen, I know you're super new here. I know this whole system is real new, super complicated. I was like, but if you look up to the right-hand corner, there's a little download. Like almost every file that comes your way, there's a little download button, and you can just press that, and you can download it as many times as you want. You download your heart's content, little guy. You have a great time. You can just have 65 of those just by keep hitting that same button. It'll add a little number to it. And then, you know, he'd give me, ah, ha, ha, so funny, LOL. And I'd say, LOL, indeed. The loudest of OLs. Wait. The loudest of LOs. The laughing out. Loud is the second part. Oh, for the love of fun. 434. Okay. Stop being crazy. Gotta draw an acorn. Speaking of raccoons, I didn't draw that, did I? No. Red bean bitter cream. One of my favorite channels, who is always friends of Matt, to do artwork for, is the wildlife. I want to say wildlife cam. I think it's wildlife_cam. Where they just have a camera on, you know, raccoons and possums and deer and birds and whatnot that come into the backyard. And it's just a 24-hour nature camera. And I get to do a bunch of fun little raccoons for them. I think it was last year or maybe the year before. I did a bunch of raccoons as Resident Evil people. And that was real fun. Real fun. Oh, you do know who they are, Red Bean. Are you really Matt? I think you're Matt in some sort of bean disguise. Oh, look at me. I'm from NASA. I'm from space. I couldn't possibly be Matt. I'm a space bean. You're not fooling anybody. You're not fooling anybody. I'm fooled. I'm absolutely fooled. I never would have considered that. And I don't really think about Matt that much. Is that his name, Matt? Matthew? I don't know. I don't know who this guy is, but I don't believe him, and I don't believe in red beans either. Or there's a red beans that makes better cream? What does that even mean? I'm suing everybody. I'm taking everybody to court right now. That's what I'm doing. That is not even close to what we... Anyway, I guess... see everyone in court when my cat sues everyone. When my dead cat stops bringing shrews, gets a lawyer and starts to sue all the people in the chat. And oh, that is so Matt. That is so Matt, Red Bean. It couldn't be me. I'm simply a bear doing the Gangnam dance. Opa, this style is Gangnam. End track. Oh, so many hours ago. So many hours ago. I had a chicken reference. And I started to say it, then I'm like, end track isn't even here. But I said it anyway. So, I don't know, rewatch the beginning of this and see where I mentioned you. And something about chicken. It's been hours of time while we sat here drawing nonsense to rhyme, trying to pay my bills on the company dime, which is normal and 100% fine, Kevin. It's 100% fine. I saw you looking around. No, I know. It's just, just grow weary of your nonsense is all. It's been quite some time, and I'm tired. I'm tired of you and your voice, and it's just, it's fun, but after a while, I hate you. I hate you so much. Me too, Kev. Me too. After a while, I hate myself, and I want to be quiet. Disney shoes getting all rubber hooves. Making banderitas the whole afternoon for the kiddo's birthday because wife forgot to order. So it's been 2 hours and a half. What are banderitas? Banderitas. I don't know what a banderita is. What if I look something up on my own for once? Copy. Paste. Oh. Banderitas are those triangle strings that you hang up. The British people call it bunting. Bunting! What did we used to call it? I think just garlands. A flag. Flags on a rope. I really expected to see a picture of a burrito when I copy and pasted that. But at least as far as birthday projects go, I feel like that's a pretty good one. And Domo Ero Electo, Mr. Electro. So many gifts just waving away. I think we've been through this before. Does she know Liberty? My friend in Ontario? Oh, no, that's some racism. But I think we talked about that before. Happy waves from the graves of gift people that might not be. That's depraved and gets so dark. What is wrong with me? Need to take a walk in the park. I'm not going along with the music at all, and I am aware. Flags on a rope. Life is a journey, not a competition. All night long. Yimmin, 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 hey. If you're going my way, I won't race you. It's not a race. We're just enjoying the drive.
Roger, 0J, and I feel fine. Discovery Houston, press to ATO.
But the anti-quote to that is, hey, just because it's... damn it, lost it. Just because it's not a competition doesn't mean I'm not winning. Or doesn't mean I'm not going to try and win.
Discovery, go and throttle up. Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle function.
How many different tracks on this playlist are gonna play these astronauts up in space? I don't like this tangent. All these lines are coming together. I don't like it. Red brush. Bigger. There. Ah. Ooh. Ah. Yemfis! I won't get to do it today, and depending on what it is, maybe next week though. I'm just gonna. What time is it? Ooh, 15 minutes. I'm just gonna try to, or mostly finish this guy off. And depending on what happens in the work week next week, I would really like to try and do a stream on a Wednesday or a Thursday and Friday. If and but that becomes possible. But as the other saying goes, if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a wonderful Christmas. But we just got if buts and no candy nuts, no juju bees, no chocolate covered cherries. I don't want to sing about Christmas. It's like trying to think of Christmas foods. and it was making me sad. Wait, is today Earth Day? I know it's an early birthday for my friend Amanda, because her birthday is tomorrow. As I mentioned earlier, I painted a picture of Milo on some weird random dollar store birthday card with a picture of like some lady from the 50s. And on the inside of the card, you want to know what's on the inside of the card? Mr. Electro, N-Track, red beans, bitter creams. On the inside of the card, I don't even remember if I wrote anything nice. I think I just left the text that's there and just added a love, Curtis. But on the other side, on the big empty space, I drew like a line and then two bum cheeks and then a big like fart cloud with like a, you know, like a text bubble kind of line coming from the fart cloud going in towards where the bum area would be, speaking of buttholes from earlier. And it says farty fart. And I don't know, Kevin. I don't know. Oh, I saw your clipboard, chicken. I noticed it in the lineup. Oh, and that's the other thing, too. If I have time but I don't want to stream, you know, if I haven't showered or I'm still in my pajamas or whatever, but I need something to do someday for whatever reason, and that list is there of requested art. That's where I go. That's where I go if I got nothing to do. So, still add stuff there. Still type giveaway into the thing, and there's always a chance. All right. Nah, that'll look weird. That'll look weird. Squish it a little bit. All right. What color did he say the bandana was? I think it was purple. Where's my list? Purple? Purple. Purple bandana in the rain. Does it? Sometimes Streamlabs streams stuff as well. Never know what any of the badges mean. But there has been a bunch of times. Some of the funnest. Don't know why that happened. Some of the funnest like clips and stuff are when people are like blah blah blah, talking to their chat, and they got the Streamlabs bot running, and Eric or somebody else takes over the bot. And they're like, "Hey, so how are you doing today?" And they're like, "Hey, bot, like, why are you saying stuff?" And the bot's like, "'Cause I'm just having a good day." And it's like, wait, Streamlabs, like, is somebody talking to me? And it's, I don't know, it's always super fun to see somebody be like, "Wow!" Why do you think you need to tell people to join the chat? 'Cause this is where they are. This is where they're already at. Unless you're trying to poach the streamers and watchers and chatters into your, and encroach. I should have dropped some word and just went with encroach. Just dropping in here to try and steal the people that are having fun and feel like they found a bit of community, but you think they should be jubilant for thee. Should have said buoyant. Buoyant. Domo, 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 directo, Mr. Electro. What is Electro's real name? Is he Matt Dillon as well? Just like the actor Matt Dillon? Max? Oh yeah, it was Max in the movie. Yeah, Max. Dillon? Not that you're... Not that you're based on that, Electro. You could just be an Electro. But I really, for a while, Electro was super my favorite Spider-Man villain. I don't know why. I really don't know why. And then Scorpion, but I think I just liked things with big crazy tails. Sometimes some crimes go slipping through those cracks, and these two gumshoes are there to pick up the slack. And then there's N-Track. Alright, I gotta look it up. Gotta look it up. How much time? 4:53? Oh. Anyway, almost done. E-L-E-C-T-R-O. Electro. Real name. Let's click on Marvel. Max Dillon. I remembered a thing. Shouldn't be that happy with that. It's just a dumb piece of trivia. Unnecessary. Forgive ya. Forsythia, host of the radio show On the Wind. Nah, I just like the anime and game Pokemon, so I bammed myself after the Pokemon Electro Buzz. But then I didn't like it, so I changed it to Mr. Electro, and then just added some things to my name like Z123 and Remical. No, you bammed. From now on, hey guys, new nickname alert. Just bammed myself, Mr. Electro. Hey Kevin. Bam, your name is Kevin. Oh, that's too much like that other guy that bammed stuff. Blaming names and taking numbers. A little bit of shiny shine. It's like, especially if you get a new dog or a new pet or something, and somebody comes around, or they didn't even come around there. I was like, hey, I bammed the dog. I bammed the dog. So good. Such a good dog bam. You're not even going to believe it. And people were like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Bam this dog. Sheba. Like, wait, what? What are you talking about? Sheba. Cat. Bammed him up. And the cat's name is Lil Spark. L'Ilspark. Lil Spark. My little electric sidekick. I just know I felt like growing up, every dog in the neighborhood was called Sheba. And whenever I would ask him, it was like, why? Why is your dog called Sheba? Like, what do you mean? It's my dog. Dog's name is Sheba. And just like, yeah, but did you name it? Like, yeah, well then why? What is that from? Why? And best I could tell is most of the time was like, oh, like, that's what my aunt's dog is named. That's what my uncle's dog is named. That's just a dog name that you name your dog. Whereas my dog was Burke, named after the bad guy from Aliens. Reference back to the Ripley shirt that I'm wearing. Evie. That's still a good name. Acceptable. It's still... Still got all those E's. That's still very electric. Excuse me. Hey. Smooth that a bit. Break it apart again. Shiny area to show some depth and shape with shadows. Should probably have some higher contrast. A little bit of texture. Little texture beads. A little tertiary shadow. Just for a little extra depth and shape. Boom, 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 bing. Ra-ba-da-doo. Doo, doo, doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Why didn't you? Oh, that's why. Sometimes I make my purples too blue. Or my blues too purple. Alright, some gloves. There we go. That looks pretty old-timey. Favorite color is purple and check out my text. Got a turtle that's feeling real sad. Got a boy that isn't so bad. Sad boy turtles dropping some knowledge. Killing bugs and going to college. I don't remember how old you were, but I refuse to think that you were that old, sir. Meeks! W marketing, I don't know why you're saying that. Oh, damn it. Turtles like pizza and are friends with rats. Learning how to do some karate kicks. Doing some kicks and punches. Jumping in the hole and having some brunches. It's April, the month, not the person. Gonna go visit Casey Jones. Because he's cursing all the turtles and he's angry as heck that he has to live in this old country shack. Trading insults with Donatello, man. They're doing their best to fix up the turtle van. But it's the past, so the van is not there. We're just driving around in our old pickup truck. Donnie's got no hair. I know the name of the channel. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. Is this a form of trolling or spam? I mean, yes, this is marketing. We're doing marketing right now, technically. Because I work at Streamlabs. And I'm out here, you know, being a face. And Kevin's being partially a face. I'm more than enough face. I've got eyes that look all over the place. How dare you? How dare you call me barely a face? I'm more human than human over here. Call me Robert Zombert. That's what I say. That's not even... that doesn't... That's still nothing to do with a face. You're weird, Kev. You're weird. My channel name is Streamlabs, you see. It's my job, but it's not me. I work here and I have a good time, drawing pictures for VIPs and rhymes, and trickle from my face. That's not my job, but I let it happen. I'm a disgrace. And what did I say about using my voice with your face? This is, highly unacceptable, Sarah. Very unacceptable. Hey, what, guys? Unacceptable is my catchphrase? I'm the one who says things are unacceptable. I'm sure we've all forgotten it because I haven't done much in a while. But seriously, what's happening right now is unacceptable. That's what I'm saying. You're all unacceptable. You're all unacceptable. Oh, man. Oh, Mr. Electro. Parasaurolophus cup, yeah! I don't know if those still exist in my store. I haven't checked or updated anything in a million years. But it's one of my sexy dinosaurs. I haven't, I let my website die. It still technically exists, but it's not MrCartoons.com anymore. It's like, hey, a bunch of slashes and whatnot. But somewhere there's a link to the book of sexy dinosaurs, and the drawing on his cup is, yeah, this is I forget who it is, the Farrah Fawcett. I think it's that Farrah Fawcett picture, except with the Parasaurolophus. And I think it just says sexy dinosaurs, but I think it references one of your old websites. I don't remember. I could look down at it, but I refuse to. I refuse to look down at this cup. Well, I can't zoom in on you. That's basically my name. Basically my name. They call me Perry Falafaseri. That's not my name. That's not my name. All right, music is winding down real slow and sleepy. Day's coming to an end. I want to eat food and not be creepy. Ooh, I didn't pick up any junk food or snacks. I don't have any junk food or snacks. Hmm. I don't have a whole lot of thoughts on it, but, kinda. Kinda. Ooh. Bop. Boop bop doo bop bibbidi bop. 'Cause I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. Focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. Why is that song in my head? You know, one of the last songs I was like, that song is definitely in my playlist, at least a version or two. But, you know, I was actually listening to Da Legit Gamer Dude. Now I figure out, what does WSG mean? No. Nope, can't figure it out. I'm too old. What's good, bro? Damn it. I thought it was something like that. I just couldn't find the pieces. It's all good. It's a pretty good day. It's come to an end. Or well, technically I'm off the clock 9 minutes ago. Just making on a fun little acorn. Just being a happy little acorn guy. Group, copy, paste. Ooh, forgot the colors. Teeth in. This is an emote for Dan's nut. That's what Dan's nut was looking for. A happy little, an acorn with emotions and a purple bandana and a little rubber hose arms and legs. So that's what I did. Well, I changed the colors of it after the stream. Maybe. Which message is it commenting? Multi-streaming lets you build your audience across multiple platforms. All at once, let your audience find you and your content wherever they are, wherever you are, you'll be in the same place with multi-stream from Streamlabs. Everybody kind of needs a cowboy hat. Everybody kind of needs a cowboy hat. And everybody needs a bosom for a pillow. Everybody needs a bosom. Everybody needs a cowboy hat. Oh, anything that automatically pops up all the time is annoying. You just scroll past. Don't read it. Let it go. Anyway, I already see some things I want to change about this, but I feel like I've been sitting in this desk for 72 hours. I was doing a bunch of animation last night. And I should have just laid down and went to bed. My shoulders are on fire. They're on fire right now. It's been hours. It's only been 3 hours and 10, 11 minutes and 13, 14 seconds, 15 seconds, 16 seconds. Oh no, 17 seconds. We're going to do this all day. 19 seconds, 20 seconds. End track. I can't stop. 22, 23 seconds, 24 seconds, 3 hours, 11 minutes, 26 seconds. This has been going. And now, are you counting too? How many viewers should I have? What's a good viewer number? For my own stream, I was always crazy impressed when I had 4 people instead of 2. That was amazing. Right now, viewers across the multi-stream, it's telling me, 851. 851. That seems like that's a million to me. That's already too many. That's too many. I'm pretty cool with like between 30 and 200, and I'm like, all right, this is fine. I didn't notice the 800. I gotta go now. I gotta go. Like I'm gonna hide under a pile of. I mean, a lot of people do follow Streamlabs, but when it comes live, which is fairly rare, that's the other thing too. Is like no one actually goes to a Streamlabs stream for years. Whenever it went live, it was just while somebody tested something, and it would just say, this is a test. They'd be on for like 5 minutes, but it's only been within the last couple of years where I started doing this stream. Eric would do one, and then we'd also have the occasional guest streamer that would come in, just take over Streamlabs' channel, talk to people about streaming. Stop looking at me like that, Kevin. So honestly, it's kind of crazy that anybody shows up. Because, you know, if you get a notification like Streamlabs is live, just like, so? They're just a robot. But, I don't know. Robots are cool now. Robots are cool now. Beep boop bop be doo.
All right, I want to get out of here. I need to do crimes and evil and eat cheese-based snack foods and also lactades. Let's get some more of lactades and some cheesy snack poofy goodness, guy.
You just call me Guy? That's weird. Okay, I'm gonna read this last thing. Let me break it up with this quote of my wife talking about my daughter. She's cute, but she farts like a T-Rex on a bean diet. I enjoy that. I'm not sure. I don't know. The officialness of T-Rexes and gases and beans. I don't know. I don't know if the logistics work on that, but size, volume, size, volume, smell, the capacity, it all works. It all functions. Just as a dinosaur nerd, I'm like, T-Rex is eating beans. Indeed. Hey, Defno. Actually, actually, Finger. Am I Irish? No. I believe probably I'm in Nova Scotia, which is like Scottish roots technically. But I'm just Canadian, and I don't know. I know that I don't fully have the accent of where I'm from. And when I meet people, they're like, when I go home to visit my family, literally running into people, strangers, my own relatives, they'll be like, where are you from? Like, where am I? From here. I'm from right over there. You're talking to my mom right now. What are you talking about? Where am I from? I'm from here. Why do you sound like that? Because when I was young, I would say, bye. I don't know, bye. What do you want to do later? Bye, just, you know, huh? And one of my friends was like, you say bye at the beginning, middle, and end of every sentence. You have to stop doing that. And I'm like, I guess I do. And then I did. And nobody else did. So now I just sound different from everybody. I sound like what TV taught me to sound like. And then I go home. People are like, Mr. Big City. Like, I live in a tiny little town in a tiny little apartment. You guys are the ones that actually travel to the big city to have big city adventures. I try to hide. I try to hide in here and play with Skeletor.
It's not playing. We're making serious documentaries about me and my, cleverness and whatnot. That is all. It's getting late.
It is getting late in the afternoon, in the evening. Amsterdam. Oh, I always love it when somebody's from far and wide. Will you be going to TwitchCon down in the Netherlands? Rotterdam. Rotterdam? Is Amsterdam near Rotterdam? They both have a dam. But anyway, it's 20 after 5 o'clock in the evening. My Leo Hannigan. It's me, I'm here again. It's 2910 from the future, and I know what you're reaching for. Got a suture, sew it together. 1018, legit gamer dude. Okay, I gotta stop doing this. Anyway, this is always fun. I do enjoy this, and I appreciate everybody being in the chat. All 891 people, whether you're paying attention or not, I do not care. Many or the few, it doesn't matter. I usually end up talking to just a handful of you directly, and I always enjoy it. Or you're some sort of weird little troll or spam monster, and I enjoy being a little bit mean to those people, and I very much enjoy when you guys have my back about it. I like that. I like that. And anyway, I'm starting to. My neck is killing me. But yeah, next week, I'm going to say last week, I'm like, it might be some other time. But yeah, I'm going to always shoot for Friday afternoons or Friday my time to do the art stream exclamation point giveaway. Make sure to always put something that you want in there. One of the things. I'm not outfitting your whole stream. You get one emote. Maybe you'll come around again like an end track, and you'll end up with a library of stuff by me. But yeah, I'll try my best. If I don't have other stuff to do, I'll try to add other streams throughout the week. Part of me thinks I might be able to pull that off next week, but also whenever I think that, then it's like, hey, it's next TwitchCon is coming up. Design everything for the next TwitchCon, and which is also one of my favorite things to do. You only have the one? I thought I did more than one thing for you. I'll have to try and think about it and dig through my files. I feel like there's at least more than one. There's at least 2, if not 3 chickens, right? There's the clipboard and the hard hat. I thought there was something else. Maybe I've just drawn chickens for other people. Oh, sometimes in life, people are drawing chickens for not just you. They're doing it for other people, and that's what we call community. Or cheating. It's either cheating or it's community. I don't know. All right, let's not make this weird, Sarah. I have grown weary of your rhetoric and nonsense for quite some time now. Let's wrap it up. Stop talking to imaginary characters. N-Track isn't imagine. You're imagine. Oh, N-Track. I can't believe you do this to me. You didn't exist the whole time. It was just about the friends we made along the way. There was no treasure. There was no chickens. Now I'm the sad boy turtle. Anyway, thanks again. I'll be saying goodbye for a half hour. It's been like 10 minutes. Next Friday, and or keep an eye out. If it goes live, it might be somebody testing things, or it's me. And I don't know. And sometimes the name of the channel or the stream doesn't update, and it still says it's whatever was going on 6 weeks ago. But a lot of times that's still me. I changed the name, but it's like, yeah, we don't care. We're going with what Eric wrote 3 months ago. Like, yeah, I know. But what about me? What about me? We are just the thoughts in your imagination. You didn't take your schizophrenia pills today. There are no cartoons floating around your head. There's nobody in the chat. That 910 is just 10. We control the vertical and the horizontal. This is the outer limits. I wish I could remember the outer limits things, but nobody does, right? Nobody remembers the outer limits. It wasn't great. Okay, anyway, Streamlabs.com. That's how I'm ending. Everybody have a great weekend. Thanks, and talk at you some more next week. Meow.